Hi, I'm Robert Floyd, Creative Director of the Robert Floyd Photo Gallery and Learning Center in Southampton, Massachusetts. And we're back at the Monson House of Art. This is our 6th year. We started in 2016. 2020 was well, we know what 2020 was, but we're back here in 2022 with a fantastic exhibit curated by our Pat Crutchfield. And we have 100 artwork that were accepted into the exhibit. 24 were juried by Pat separately in our photo contest open to the public. And we had 2 categories, critters and landscapes. Pat joined the exhibit, not competing in the contest, with 74 of her artwork. A year ago, here at Monson, Pat and I decided our project for the next year would be celebrating Kestrel Land Trust, its 50 years. And we started hiking together near weekly, going to their conservation areas that Kestrel had facilitated and conserving forever. And it was quite a trip. It was fun. I observed Pat, total respect for nature and for her subject matter. She'd approach a tree, she'd look at it with reverence, read it, proceed to photograph it, and continue on the trail. She never wavered off the trail. After a while, she would take her walking stick and she would move a fern, and there was a splash of orange and red flowers that were hidden to the eye walking along. And so Pat developed that technique of taking her walking stick and discovering what was there without trampling on anything to get there. And what we have here are 74 artwork created by Pat. She's drawn to color, she's drawn to shape, she's drawn to the whole gestalt of the landscape. She's gone to what we would call an intimate landscape, which is an isolated part of a landscape showing you a little bit more, giving you a taste of what's not in the camera, what's not in the print. And she's pretty successful at that. And we see patterns that have been admired by many visiting the exhibit here that were simply, one could walk by. So her sense of seeing was really keen, her ability to stop, go back. Many times we walk back on the trail to see what we missed. As her dad instructed her at one time, being a photographer himself, always look behind you. And Pat does that quite a bit when she's walking the trail. The photo contest itself, open to the public, encouraged everyone to walk Kestrel properties, to see the diversity of the lands and also to increase the diversity of those who would walk the lands. We had 2 categories, actually 3, critters, landscapes, and the third was people having fun on the Kestrel properties. Kind of a difficult task for nature photographers. We had an agreement with Kestrel Land Trust that we would donate all images that were entered into the contest to Kestrel for their use to encourage more people to use the properties, simply having a byline, a credit for the photographer who created that image. So for that, we're quite proud because we have an amazing amount of images, diversity of what is out there on the properties. And quite frankly, I haven't hiked all of them. I plan to, and in all weather, certainly wearing crampons or whatever you call those cleats to walk on the ice and the snow in the winter. But the beauty, and we've seen this in the exhibit here, we have some, actually 4 seasons are represented well. We've dedicated one of our rooms here at Monson House of Art to Bob Salasco. Bob's been a long-time participant in the gallery's advanced DSLR seminar that meets on third Sunday mornings of the month. And Bob here went to Mount Pollux, and butterfly ready to, swallowtail ready to land on a thistle, and it's backlit and quite powerful and quite simple. Bob leans towards perfectionism, is quite devoted as a photographer, and we're quite proud to have him in our exhibit. Steve Gingold is a photographer who has his own room at the Monson House of Art exhibit this year, honoring Kestrel, 50 years. And this particular image of Steve's took first place in the category of landscapes. Steve receives a $250 bank check. He can do what he wants with it. It's an exciting image, side lighting, and this is Mount Noratuk from Mount Pollux. Mount Noratuk in Fog from Mount Pollux is the title of this artwork by Steve Gingold that took honorable mention in our Kestrel Land Trust exhibit here at the Monson House of Art. And it's quite an emotional image. The colors, the mist, the layers, it's quite beautiful. This image took first place in Critters. Bob Krausick with their Goldfinch Likes Thistle. And Bob received a $250 bank check from Floyd Gallery. And the strength of this image is the color, but also the unique capturing the moment of bird behavior. Well done. These two images behind me are from Larry Carteret. Larry is a strong participant in our monthly advanced DSLR seminar. And Larry's a bird photographer, and it shows. The starlings received honorable mention, and the pensive hawk received second place, and Larry receives a $100 Floyd Gallery gift certificate. Larry has the equipment, and the patience, and the cunning, and the skill to wait the birds out, to find them, and to create really incredibly strong images. We're quite proud of Larry.